Hi, what's up? This is Tommy from Funk Stylist TV, and strangely enough, I'm here in Hong Kong. And guess who I bump into? I'm here with Richie Rich, all the way from LA, and I've got here baby L, Lydia from Hong Kong.
Yes.
And yeah, I've come over here and just in time for What the Funk. Although I say that, I'm gonna miss it personally. Oh, so sad. But yeah, I'm gonna do like a little quick 20-minute interview with them just to see what's happening, what's going on, and yeah, see what's happening in their lives. So
Nice to meet you, Tom.
thanks for joining me for this
What's
interview.
up?
Our pleasure. What's up?
Yeah, so I'm gonna kickstart. So Richie, you just actually went to Taiwan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you do there?
I went down to meet the IP lockers,
Oh, yep.
and I did a workshop, and then I judged Lock City. It was an event down there. My first workshop in Taiwan, this is the first time I'm in Asia. I had 85 students in my class, so I was like amazed. And such a high level, I was very impressed. At the event, I think we had about almost 100 lockers in the competition.
Wow, okay.
Broke it down, and it was great. And I got to judge the whole thing, and all the judges soloed for the other judges, and it was wonderful. What a great event.
And this is the first time that you've been in Asia, right?
Yes, my first time.
And how does it differ from, you know, the other side of the world?
There's not, I guess I could say when I teach classes there's not many people. You know, at best you have 10 people.
Yeah.
Here I walked into the classroom and they first told me, oh, there was only going to be 70, and then it ended up being 85, and I was amazed. So I've never seen so many dedicated lockers before, and I wish we had that in the States.
Yeah.
But hopefully this will spark some people to come and get involved in locking. So come on, we got to catch up to everybody else, even though we're from LA where it started. So.
And what about you? I mean, what's the scene like in Hong Kong, the locking scene? I mean, because let's start from the very beginning. So, What the Funk, the very first one was back in Toronto, and
I
then
started in Toronto.
and then you brought it over here, right?
Right.
Okay. And what year was that?
2009.
And how was it when you brought it over here?
Well, you know, first of all, I want to give a shout out to my mentor and my teacher, Richie.
Thank you.
Seriously, without this man, I wouldn't be able to pick it myself up and lock, you know. And that's why I want to throw my jam. It's because of all the love and all the bonding, all the fun time that I got from dancing around these people. And Hong Kong is my hometown, so I just want to bring back something that, you know, is special to me. So it's special for my city, for my town. And when I first brought this back in 2009, it happened to be quite a big party, you know, because it was like a big jam in Hong Kong. The scene was relatively small, but there were people like since 70s, Nabat Duck, Lil Yim, and Popping Lock. They're holding it down, you know. There are OGs in Hong Kong. However, it was relatively small. But when I first brought it back, you know, because I gotta show some love for my boys from Taiwan, China, mainland China, Japan, Korea, and of course, Gemini from Locking for Life.
Sure.
It's part of his point of view as well, what the funk does. So you know what, you know, people are showing love to What the Funk. They came from Taiwan, China, and it became a big party in Hong Kong. And
So big, we heard it in the UK, in fact.
and from then, I'm very proud and honored that, you know, the scene kind of grew because of the event. So.
Sure. And having both of you, trained in both sides of the world now, what's it like? This different styles. I mean, how does the Asian style? I say Asian style, Eastern style locking compared to, like, you know, American style locking or the Western styles of locking? How do you differentiate the two between? I mean,
One thing that I noticed is when you talk about the Asian style, they have the great technique.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is everybody has great technique. What they don't understand is the streets of LA or any of the states, there was a feeling about it. There was a soul about it. So I noticed they can do the moves, but they really don't understand the musical aspect, and again, how to dance within the technique of locking. So again, you have the technique, you have the dance, the groove, and to put them together. They have one side, great. They just need to really work on this and get them together. So that's the big difference that I see.
And what about yourself? What is your perspective on the two different sides of the world? If you have one, if you really.
Well, I do, but what I can say is I'm a student myself as well. I'm still learning the art. I'm still learning the dance. I do feel like, in especially Hong Kong, a party scene is missing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like people in Taiwan, they're very laid back. In China, very technical. In Hong Kong, I think we just gotta have fun, and myself as well. We just gotta have more fun of the dance. We need to party more. And I think, like Richie said, the combination will kick in once we start to have fun from the funk. So I think, it takes a little bit more time, and the city is hella busy in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So, I guess.
Understatement, by the way.
Yes.
Understatement.
It's very busy, so sometimes we kind of just skip the process, and that means we skip the fun out of the whole process. So I guess it just takes a little bit more time for us to really feel it. So.
Oh, go on.
I was going to say, one thing is, when I was growing up, clubs were the big thing.
Yeah.
We were always in the club scenes. So it was a party always. And now kids learn by video in classrooms.
Yes.
We didn't learn like that.
Yeah.
We learned in the clubs.
Yeah.
And again, like she said, it just takes time. I mean, I have 36 years in, so it's a whole different era. They're starting to get it now. They're
Right.
starting to learn it now. And the teachers that come in from, at least from the States, are trying to teach this aspect.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
So it's kind of like I don't know, like a reversal, right? Now they learn all the moves technically, but they've just kind of lost the groove aspect of it. They kind
And
of,
I want to chip in one more thing.
Sure.
Sorry. I think one more thing is I love the dance so much that it doesn't mean that you must travel to LA to learn the dance, but that's how I feel. If you like kung fu, you need to go to the place to see what's up.
Yeah.
And it takes research. It takes something besides just YouTube.
opens your eyes a little bit more, right?
Yeah, like,
broadens your horizon.
Broaden your horizon and do a little bit research on the music, the feelings and the meaning behind the, funk music, the era where the dance came from in the 80s, the battle scene. Do some research, it takes time, but and I'm really happy that the dance is going far now. But again, I really want everyone to not only focus on the 70s, do your research in the 80s, 90s, until now.
Yeah.
So then you really, really know what happened in the dance, why some people dance a certain way. It takes time. So yeah, it takes time.
Deep words. And what about yourself, Rich? I mean, do you have any kind of words of encouragement or development tips, or for like the viewers at home?
I think Lydia said, it is important to come to LA, but realistically, not everybody has the money to
Right.
come.
Yeah, sure.
So again, if someone does go, ask questions. Always ask questions. Watch videos. There are OGs on Facebook. You can ask them questions.
Right.
You can Skype now. You can talk face to face with somebody and ask questions. It's really hard to understand what it was like in the 70s. How do I explain? I can give you a story about it, but it's different to live it.
Yeah.
So again, the more information you gather, the more questions you ask, the better opportunity is to understand what happened there. That's all. So do your best. I know it costs a lot of money to fly around. It doesn't cost anything to Skype.
Right.
So Skype up some people.
And people, like teachers like Richie, they're so generous. They're always willing to share, just don't be afraid to ask more, right? Like
I'm always open.
I ask a lot, so.
Okay, well, I think, closing like that, I think there's nothing more to add. So if you have any more questions for Richie or Lydia, by all means, leave a comment below in the video. If you like all the other interviews like this, by all means subscribe, and all the other stuff will be in the description below. So till next time, peace.
Funk Stylist TV in the house. Tommy, thank you for
Tommy.
What the
interviewing
fuck?
us.
What the
fuck?
fuck? Whoa.